Okay guys, so here I got a U241-E transmission out of a 2001 Toyota RAV4. I got this transmission disassembled in a box from a transmission shop that his builder, it's drinking margarita somewhere in the beach. It's on vacation. Okay, so they brought it to me disassembled, and a very common issue with this U241-E out of a RAV4, and this applies to RAV4 only. The computer gets damaged, and it partially applies on the downshifts, one of the shift solenoids, and third gear. It's partially applied dragging, and it burns up this this clutch pack here. This clutch pack goes in this drum, this being the direct drum. And the symptom that you would have when the computer starts acting up like this is you come into a stop and then you take off, and it feels like if your parking brake gets applied, and it's very, very heavy taking off, and you actually notice shifting from first to second, but it's still dragging. And what's going on is that this clutch pack is partially applied, and this is what's causing you drag. If you stop again completely, you put the transmission in manual low and back to drive, and then you start going again, it takes off in first and the drag goes away. But most drivers, they don't know that, so they just step on the gas and they feel that a little bit heavy, and they go further on the accelerator, and I mean they burn up the clutch pack. And a lot of transmission shops are doing the repair and finding out that 20-30 miles later the same clutch pack will be burned up. And it's not it's because of a transmission issue, it's a computer issue. Sorry about that, guys, I had to take that call. Anyways, what I was saying is that it's not a transmission issue. I mean, the transmission gets burnt, but the root cause of the issue is the computer itself, the powertrain control module, and it's just one computer that controls the engine and the transmission itself. And I noticed here, it also will give you a shift solenoid code. And if you see my three solenoids here, this one, the yellow plastic looks newer than the other two. And the first thing that most people would do is go through the trouble codes and I mean just replace that solenoid to try to fix that issue. But that's not the issue. The solenoid is perfectly fine, and your computer is the issue here. Now this U241-E. It's exactly the same as a U140, except that it's a smaller case. But everything's the same, looks the same. You assemble it the same. The parts look the same. They also have the same issue with this planet here, that the pinions, they get a little bit loose. Let me see if I can take the sub gear out. And they're not as loose as you would usually see them. Yeah, you can see a little bit of movement there. Usually you just tack it on each side when it's like that, all three pinions, and then just clean it up, and that should fix that issue. But the U140E is like on the Lexus RX 300s and stuff like that. I mean, they get completely destroyed, and it's a different gear ratio, and it's a bigger vehicle, and they're way more expensive, like twice as much as what this would cost. Okay, so I got the unit disassembled in the box like that, and I guess it got rained on them or something. Like there's water on the parts. I gotta clean it up anyways. And here is what they brought me. Just the clutches for that clutch pack, all the molded pistons. I mean, they got all the molded pistons and the overhaul kit, which has got all your paper, which is the gaskets, sealing rings and the seals, and some plastic washers. So this is what's going to go into that U241-E. Common issues, like I say, computer problem. The computer, the customer already knows that he has to install a computer here, or that transmission shop is not going to warranty the unit. I will look for that bulletin, technical service bulletin, on that transmission control module or engine control module. It's a one control module that controls both. I'll look for that bulletin, and I'll put it down on the description down below. And this only applies to the U241Es. Okay guys, thanks for watching.